Hi, my name is Cait. I teach for Tula, and today I'm going to be guiding you through just a quick all-body flow to get the body moving. As a reminder, everything I say up here is optional. If something doesn't feel good for your body, please don't do it. Please listen to your body and take all the time that you need getting between different shapes and poses. So to get started today, we will find a comfortable seat. Now you can sit on the ground, you can sit on a blanket, bolster, block, books, anything to help make this shape a little bit more comfortable for you. Your legs can be crossed. If that doesn't feel good, you can have your feet and your legs extended in front of you. Basically any shape at all that feels good for you in a seat. Once you find your comfortable seat, go ahead and close your eyes. Relax your shoulders and begin to connect with your breath. Following the inhales through the nostrils, down the back of the throat, to the chest, and to the belly, and then back out the way that it came, leaving the nostrils. We'll just take a few moments here to observe the breath. Notice any sensations that pop up. And approaching each breath with curiosity. What is your breath telling you today in this moment? Couple more breaths here. Begin to draw your chin towards your chest, lengthening through the back of the neck, keeping the shoulders relaxed. And just notice if you can feel any sensations down your spine, maybe even all the way to your lower back. Right ear moves towards right shoulder, feeling the stretch in the left side of the neck. Left shoulder is heavy. Back of the head moves towards back of spine, opening through the throat. Chest is open, shoulders heavy. And then left ear towards left shoulder. Right shoulder's heavy. And then chin moves down towards chest again. We'll go the opposite way, so left ear moves towards left shoulder. Back of the head towards back of spine. Right ear to right shoulder. And then chin down towards chest. Come back to neutral, crown of the head pulls towards the ceiling. We're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands come down to the sides. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands come down to the sides. Inhale 1 more time, sweep up. And then exhale, hands come down to the sides, maybe even coming to the ground. We're gonna bring the left hand towards the right knee or the right thigh. Inhale to find some length in your spine, and then exhale, twist to the right. Right hand can move to the side or maybe even behind you. And we're gonna hold here for 3 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little bit more. 2 more breaths. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, arms sweep back up. And then exhale, hands come back down to the sides or to the ground. The right hand is going to move towards the left knee. Left hand moves behind you. Inhale to find some length. Exhale, twist. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, twist. 1 more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come back through center, arms sweep up. Exhale, hands come down to the sides. Bring your hands, actually let's bring the hands to the knees or to the thighs. And we're gonna move through a couple of seated cat-cows. So as you inhale, pull your chest forward, shoulders melt down, gaze lifts towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, rounding the spine, chin moves down towards the chest. Inhale, moving through cow, gaze towards the ceiling. Chest pulls forward. Exhale, rounding the spine, gaze moves down to the ground, chin towards chest. 1 more time. Inhale, moving through cow, gaze lifts. Exhale, rounding the spine. And then inhale, come back through center. We're gonna warm up the core just a little bit here. So we're gonna find a boat pose. You can stay on your seat. We're gonna move our feet to our toes, our tippy toes. Hands can move behind the backs of the thighs. Shoulders open, chest is nice and open, gaze is forward. Option here to keep your toes on the ground, or you can lift your feet off the ground. And an option to keep your hands here at the back of your thighs, or you can release. Holding here in boat for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, inhale, exhale 3, inhale, exhale 4, inhale, exhale 5. Release your feet down to the ground. We're going to cross the feet. We're going to plant the hands on the ground. Push your seat off the ground, gaze forward, scrunching through your core. And then release your seat back down to the ground. We're gonna move through boat pose 1 more time, this time for 10 breaths. So find your shape that works good for you. Again, you can come to your tippy toes, lift your feet off the ground. Hands can stay behind your thighs or come to the sides. You can even bring your hands to the ground for added support. And if this is easy for you, you always have the option to try to straighten your legs. And we're gonna hold here for 10 breaths. That's 1, 2, shoulders open. 3, core strong. 4, 5, halfway there. 6, option to straighten your legs for these last 4 breaths. That's 8, 9, 10. Cross your feet, bring your feet down to the ground, plant your hands beside you, lift your seat off the ground, scrunching through the core again, and then release back down to the ground. Bring your feet out in front of you, just shake it out for a moment. And then when you're ready, we're gonna move to our tabletop. So wrists come underneath shoulders, knees come underneath your hips. Gaze is a couple of inches in front of your hands, finding length in the spine. Crown of the head pulls away from the tailbone. And we're pressing the palms really firmly into the ground like they're suction cups. You should be able to try to lift your fingers off the ground, place them back down. Tops of the feet should be on the ground as well. And just take a look back at your toes to make sure that they're not pigeon-toeing in towards each other. You want them to be in line with your knees. Holding here for a couple more breaths, just finding new length with each inhale. Exhale, trying to keep that length. to a child's pose. Toes can touch, belly, chest come towards your legs, your thighs, and hands can walk a little bit more forward. And then crown of the head can move towards the ground. Holding here for just a couple of breaths. As we move, you can always come back to the shape. This is a soothing, calming shape, a great place to rest when you need it. On the next inhale, we're slithering forward to a tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can pedal out your feet here. You can wag your tail. You can shake your head yes and no. Palms are again really firmly suction cupping the ground. Slither forward to your high plank. Check your distance here. You should be able to move back and forth between your high plank and your down dog pretty easily and fluidly. You can play with moving back and forth a couple of times. And then we're eventually going to make our way to our high plank again. Option to drop to your knees if you need. We're just going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop to your knees, drop to your belly. You can make a pillow with your hands, so stack your hands on top of one another. You can bring your forehead to your hands. You can move your hips from side to side. All right, let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Elbows zipped into your rib cage. Tops of the feet are on the ground. Feet are about hip width distance apart. If it's a lot on your lower back, you can have your feet spread further out. That's fine. But again, shoulders over wrists, elbows zipped in, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. On your inhale, press through your belly, press through your pelvis, gaze forward, chest lifts, baby cobra. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release all the way down to the ground. Hands make a pillow again. Shake your hips from side to side. Hands come underneath your shoulders. We're gonna make some dynamic baby cobras here. So on the inhale, press through the palms, lift the chest, press through the belly. And then exhale, come back down. Inhale, pressing through the palms, baby cobra, elbows zipped in. Exhale, come down. 2 more times. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Inhale, baby cobra. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release down to the ground. Hands make a pillow. Shake your hips from side to side. You can even bend your knees here, windshield wiper them. All right, hands come back underneath your shoulders. We're gonna push back to a tabletop first, tuck the toes, lift the knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And we're gonna begin to slowly walk the feet towards the hands. Moving as slowly as you need, shifting your balance, shifting your weight. Coming first to a forward fold. You can have a bend in your knees here. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lengthen through the spine. Gaze forward, flat back. Then exhale, fold forward, finding that bend in your knees again. Grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side, ragdoll. With each sway, maybe finding a little bit more length in your spine and a little bit more space in your ribs. The bend in your knees will help protect the lower back, especially if you have tight hamstrings. Release the elbows, and we're going to inhale, sweep arms up, coming to stand tall. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to sides. All right, let's flow. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands come to shins, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. We'll drop to the knees. Shift your weight forward. Bend your elbows, keeping your elbows zipped into your ribcage. Modify chaturanga. And then as you inhale, untuck your toes, tops of the feet come to the mat, chest is forward, upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Couple of breaths here. Let's actually walk the feet up a couple of inches, about 6 inches, and let's make the feet, step them out to be mat width distance apart. You may be able to get your heels now closer to the ground. If you can't, then just keep walking them up as far as you need to have your heels on the ground. And then once you get there, bring your right hand to your left ankle and find a little bit of a twist here. So you may be able to bring a lot of your weight off your left hand and gaze underneath your left armpit. Staying connected to your breath. Right hand comes back down to the ground. Left hand reaches towards the right ankle. Gaze moves underneath your right armpit. Keep breathing. Left hand comes back down to the ground, and we're going to walk the feet again towards the hands, finding that forward fold again. Inhale, hands come to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. This time grab a hold of the backs of your calves or your ankles and use that pull to bring your chest closer to your thighs. Couple more breaths here. Again, bend in your knees if you need. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. And your inhale, release your ankles, sweep arms up, coming to stand tall. Exhale, hands to side, Tadasana. All right, let's move through some salutation B. Bend the knees. Sink the hips back, arms sweep forward, chair pose, squeezing a ball or a block, an imaginary block between your thighs here. Begin to shift your weight backwards towards your heels if you haven't already. So you may feel to be light on your toes, move them around a little bit. Gaze is ahead of you or between your hands. Core is strong, belly button towards spine. One more deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. Low lunge, drop your right knee, untuck your right toes. And when you are ready and stable, sweep arms up. Hands can come to meet. Your gaze can be toward your fingers for a little bit of a back bend, or hands can be more like goalpost, gaze in front of you with a tall spine. One more deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step your left foot to meet your right, and move through a flow. So you can drop to your knees again, or you can keep your knees lifted and move through a chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Catching the breath for a moment. Lift the right leg high to the sky. Step it through or near your hands. Finding your stability here first, then drop your back knee. Untuck the left toes, top of the foot comes to the mat. When you are ready, sweep arms up. Low lunge. Again, hands can come to meet. Your gaze can move towards your hands for a little bit of a back bend, creating the length in the front of the body rather than compressing the lower back. Or hands can be goalpost gaze in front of you. Tall, strong spine. One more deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel hands down to frame foot. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step left foot to meet right. Inhale, hands come to shins. Flat back. Exhale, fold forward. This time we're gonna go ahead and grab the big toes with the peace finger. So you may need to have a deep bend in your knees here. I'll face the camera. So we're gonna take our peace fingers, swoop them underneath the big toes, press the toes into the peace fingers. Feet should be about hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider, so if you need to wiggle them one way or the other, please feel free. And then we're gonna find that same flat back motion. So bending the knees as much as you need. Inhale, find some length in your spine. Exhale, fold forward, pulling the toes as the toes press into the fingers. And we're gonna hold here for 3 more breaths. With each inhale, find some length in the spine. With each exhale, fold a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths, deep inhale. Exhale, fold. 1 more breath, inhale. Exhale, fold. Release the toes. On the inhale, sweep arms up, coming to stand tall. Exhale, hands come down to the sides. All right, bending the knees again, finding your chair pose, arms sweep up. Weight moves towards the back of the heels. Just take a look at your knees here. Take a look to make sure that they're over the top of your ankles. So they may have a tendency to either move out this way, move in this way. We want them to be nice and aligned with the ankles. Holding for a couple more breaths. One more deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, step your left foot back. We're not going to drop the knee this time. Instead, we're going to move right to high lunge. So find your stability, keeping the back heel lifted. Sweep arms up. Squeezing an imaginary object, block, whatever you can think of between your thighs. And belly button moves in towards spine to help activate the core. And again, like we did in our low lunge, hands can meet atop. Gaze can move to your hands for a little bit of a back bend. Or hands can be a goalpost, arms can be a goalpost, gaze forward. One more breath here. Deep inhale. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to frame your foot. Step back to your high plank. Option to move through modified chaturanga. Otherwise, shift your weight forward. Bend your elbows in and out. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Connect with your breath here. Just notice your heartbeat. When you're ready, we're going to lift the left leg high to the sky, and we're going to step it through the hands towards the left hand, finding the stability. When you are ready, sweeping arms up, high lunge. Squeezing that imaginary object again between your thighs for stability. Shooting energy out of the back heel. Front thigh is strong and activated. Belly button towards spine. And as with hand variations on the other things, we're gonna either bring the hands together, gaze moves towards the hands, back bend, or arms are a goalpost, gaze in front of you. One more deep inhale. Exhale, hands cartwheel down. Right foot steps to meet left. We're going to immediately bend the knees, sink the hips back, moving through chair pose. Inhale, sweep arms up, strong core. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, sweep arms up, straighten the legs, and bring hands down to the sides. All right. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Option for one last flow in this sequence. Shifting weight forward, bending elbows any amount, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Drop to your knees. Wide-legged child's pose. Knees are met with distance apart or wider, giving the space between your legs, giving that space to your chest to drop down towards the mat or towards the ground. Forehead is heavy. And as you breathe here, send your breath to the back of the rib cage, all along the spine. Trying to relax the muscles along the spine. Couple more deep breaths as you can take. Really big full inhales. Really exaggerated exhales, letting it all go. When you're ready, we're going to start walking the hands back towards the body. And we're going to swing the legs around. Face the camera. All right, so we're going to extend both legs in front of you. Nice and straight legs. If you have tight hamstrings, you can always have a bend in your knees here. That's totally fine. We're going to bring the hands to the sides, planting them on the ground. Toes are activated towards the ceiling. We're really activating through the legs here. This is a really super active pose. So pressing the palms into the ground, finding length in the spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Gaze is ahead of you or eyes shut. Holding for 3 more breaths. 1 more breath. Deep inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, hinging forward with your flat back until you can't go anymore. Grab a hold of your toes, your ankles, or your shins. And then allow your spine to round, let your forehead move towards your shins or your knees. Relaxing the chest towards the legs. Scanning the body. Observing different sensations. How does it feel? Again, to walk your hands back towards your body. We're going to bring the feet to meet in a butterfly shape. The palms of the feet, the soles of the feet come to meet. Now you can have as big of a diamond here as you need. So the further away, the less intense it'll be on your hips. The closer it is, the more intense it'll be for your hips. We're going to find that super tall neutral spine again, relaxing the shoulders. Deep inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, hinging forward, folding over your butterfly legs. Hands can come down to the ground. to your feet, and then chest again is heavy towards the ground or towards the sole of your feet. Spine can round again here. Maybe play with sending the breath to the lower back or to the hips. By sending it there, you may be able to release tension. Deep, full breaths. You're gonna come back up to your straight spine. And we're gonna make our way to our backs. So, coming to our backs, the shoulders are heavy on the ground, the whole spine is super heavy on the ground, and knees can be bent. Just taking a moment here to let the back be heavy and get used to the shape of the ground. And then when you are ready, we're going to bring both knees in towards the chest. Just begin making circles here with your knees, massaging the lower back. Switch directions with your circles. Come back through center, and we're going to bring the soles of the feet down to the ground, keeping the knees bent. We're going to cross the right leg over the left, eagle legs. But we're not going to do a bind. We're going to bring both knees in towards the chest, and we're going to grab a hold or reach for the ankles. So you may be able to just grab a hold of the knees or the shins or the calves if that's more accessible. But you're going to feel it really strongly probably in your hips and in your piriformis muscle. So you can grab a hold of your ankles or your feet, that's always an option, and you can try to pull your legs closer to your chest for a deeper stretch. Sending the breath to the right hip. Is there anything there you can let go of? Release your legs, bring your left foot back down to the ground, uncross your right leg, bring the right sole of the foot back to the ground. Pause, notice the difference between the sides, maybe one feels different than the other. And then when you are ready, crossing the left leg over the right, bring both knees in towards your chest, and then maybe grabbing a hold of your shins or your calves or your ankles. You may notice that one side is it just may be a lot different than the other. So one side may feel easier, one side may feel like it needs a little bit more of a stretch, one side may feel more flexible, and that's totally normal. Just the way our bodies are built. Again, sending the breath to the left hip this time, or the left piriformis muscle. Is there anything that you can release? Come back down to the ground, right foot steps onto the ground, then left. Both soles of the feet are on the ground. And we're going to cross the right ankle over the left thigh, flexing that right foot to protect the muscle, or to protect the knee, sorry. And when you're ready, start lifting your left foot off the ground, bring the right shin towards your body, finding your edge here, so a figure four shape. You can weave your right arm underneath your right calf, and grab a hold of the back of the thigh, the left thigh, to intensify the stretch. Release your left foot back down to the ground, then right foot back down to the ground, switching sides. Left crosses over the right, left ankle crosses over the right thigh. Left foot is flexed to protect the left knee. Lifting the right foot off the ground, bringing the left leg towards the body. Figure 4 or supine pigeon. And then again, your left hand can weave underneath your left calf, grabbing a hold of the back of the right thigh to intensify the stretch. Couple more breaths here. Right foot comes back down to the ground, then the left foot comes back down to the ground. And then we're going to find a twist shape. So keep moving around so that you guys can see me better. But we're gonna find a twisted shape. So bring your right knee in towards your chest, left leg extends long. And then we're gonna drape the right knee over to the left side of the body. Arms can become a T or a cactus. And then we're going to shift the gaze, if it feels okay, to the right shoulder or to the right hands. We're going to be here for 5 breaths. I invite you to send your inhales to your right rib cage, and at your exhales, see if you can surrender a little bit more to the twist. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1 more deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come back through center. Extend your right leg long, then left knee comes in towards the chest. And we're draping the left knee towards the right side of the body, finding a twist on the opposite side. Again, arms can be a T or a cactus. And then if it feels okay, move your gaze to your left shoulder. And we'll hold this again for 5 breaths. Inhale, sending the breath to the left ribs. Exhale, surrendering more to the twist. 4 more breaths. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Deep inhale. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, coming back through center. Both knees come in towards the chest. The last shape we will take before moving into Shavasana is legs up the wall. So you are more than welcome to go to an actual wall if you'd like to use an actual wall, or you can do legs at the imaginary wall with me. Legs extend towards the ceiling. Toes are pointing towards the ceiling. Arms move down to the rib cage, down to the ground, zipped into the rib cage, sorry. Back of the head is heavy, the whole spine is heavy, lower back presses into the ground. We're just gonna hold here for about 10 breaths. And as you breathe and stay connected here, just notice and observe any sensations traveling down your legs, down your feet, down your ankles. Five more breaths here. Three more breaths. 2 more. 1 more deep inhale. And then exhale, bring the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze here, round your spine. Bring your forehead closer to your knees, making yourself into a tiny ball. And then when you're ready, we're gonna move towards our Shavasana shape. So Shavasana can be done many ways. Just find a shape that feels good and restorative for you. Options are to have your legs extended, palms facing the ceiling, taking up as much space as you need, chest open. If this is too much on your lower back, you can always bend your knees, feet mat width distance apart, knees knocking in towards each other. You can move through butterfly legs. Or if none of those feel comfortable for you, you can always move back to child's pose. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. So as you get settled into your shape, scan your body, searching for any tension that's tucked away, that's hidden, anything that you can let go of. Maybe it's a little tension in your hands, your fingers, your toes. Relaxing your jaw, softening your lips. Relaxing your forehead, letting your whole body, all of your bones be heavy and supported by the ground, by your mat. Letting your breath be soft but nurturing. And if your mind is wandering or can't quite quiet down, just bring it back to the observations of the breath, just noticing what your breath is telling you now in these moments. Begin to welcome small movements back into your body. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. Maybe moving your head from side to side, giving the back of your head a little bit of a massage. And bring your knees in towards your chest. And we're going to roll over to either side, finding a fetal position. You can use your bicep as a pillow here. Just taking some deep breaths here. And then when you're ready, keeping your eyes closed if you can, gently prop yourself back up to a comfortable seat. Tall spine, shoulders relaxed, features on the face soft, gaze behind your closed eyelids soft. Bring your right hand on top of your heart. Then stack your left hand on top and just take a moment here, connecting with your breath one more time, feeling the rise and fall of the chest with each breath. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you have a wonderful